absolutely good timing because I'm going to tell you the biggest myth of sustainability. So, we were talking about the subject sustainability. We spoke a little bit, but the biggest myth of sustainability is that sustainability is equal to environment. That's the biggest myth of sustainability. Everybody starts focusing on environment the moment they hear the word sustainability. And there are other elements of sustainability which are also there. Thankfully, you are speaking about it. But I'm sure when you also started thinking, immediately you went towards the environment side. Yeah, yeah, net zero, carbon, because these are climate change. These are very hot topics. We just speak about that. There's another myth of sustainability, which is that ESG, the thing we're talking, are like different elements, and they're separate from each other. So we start looking at things in silos, and they are actually not. They are a fabric. They are not a silo. What affects the environment affects the people. What affects the people then impacts the environment, and it's like a very intertwined, overlapped system which is there. So it's like a system. ESG is not silos. ESG is system where sometimes we have this also myth that we are separate from the environment. We are actually part of the environment. So whatever happens to the environment impacts humans. What happens to humans impact environment and other creatures and animals and life forms which share this planet. So that is another myth. There's another myth which is there with sustainability, that it is like a tick box exercise. Like we need to like do something, like and rather than it is like a continuous improvement exercise. It's a never ending journey, by the way. Sustainability never ends. It's never ends with something. Today we probably have a different challenge. We're approaching that challenge. In different countries there are different challenges. Some countries have plastic garbage. Recycling is a very big challenge. In some countries, inequality, somebody said, the between communities, people is a big challenge. In some way, women rights is a very big problem. Health and hygiene is a big problem. And so it is very specific to what happens where. There's another myth about sustainability, uh, which is that um, we need to, like, we tend to become very aspirational when we talk about sustainability because it's such a passionate topic. And today we have met for careers in sustainability. And sustainability consultants, what they do is there is a problem, they solve it. That's what we do. There is a lack of system, we build it. There's a lack of understanding, we train people. That is what consultants do. So there are many pathways to sustainability. There's a government does something, then there are NGOs and non-profits, they do something, then there are activists, they do something, then there are businesses, they do something. So everybody has a different role. And sometimes we tend to mix these roles. We try to talk in every voice at the same time. So when we talk about business, we also always have to talk about systems. Business work in systems. So a process. How do we put a process in whatever things you were saying is a business consultant's job. So I wanted to clarify some of the things, but these are great things. These are actually these passion areas will remain with you. They are not just some fancy topics. They are there because of your experiences and the communities you come from and what you've experienced and the challenges you are seeing. So if you pursue a career in sustainability, make sure that you nurture this passion of yours. And I'll tell you more how you could nurture it, but keep this somewhere with you. Like you said, recycling, you said about inequality, nature, you said uh, water as a subject is a very big topic in the world. All the wars in the future are going to be fought on water only. Water is a very big topic. Then what does water mean for a company, for a business? That's what you need to think. And so others could think as well. And you can also think about, what is your good name? Ankesh, you could think about one topic which you are passionate about in sustainability. Anything which comes to your mind. As we are talking, you could probably start identifying one topic, whether it is environment, whether it is linked to the people development or building systems again. And we started an exercise today by being grateful. So what does a sustainability consultant really need is gratitude in their heart all the time. So if you could nurture that in your life, being grateful of who you are and also expressing that gratitude. That makes a good consultant, because you're going to meet a lot of people in this world who have challenges. So that is one. Second one, you said a consultant's job is always to be an inquiry, and not to be an activist. Then you are an activist, you're not a consultant. So be very sure you want to be a consultant, then you have to be in an inquiry. And actually, what you're telling about business is a great example of businesses having a problem and you need to solve it. What is that problem? You said they don't know what to do, and they're doing a lot of communication and marketing. They don't know the real stuff on the ground. And as a consultant, it is our job to tell them that actually you need to do something on the ground. We need to measure, we need to look at monitoring, we need to look at action plan, we need to look at the impact of it, and then bring it back to reporting. That might make your company more effective. So just some things as a consultant you have to keep in mind. Starts with empathy and gratitude. So look at everything you do in your life. I put a video on my YouTube channel, I'm sure you could see it later, that you have to start looking at everything in this space as a problem statement. What is the problem a business is facing by all the things we are saying? And you come from a non-profit background, so, and we are I am always a voice in the room where I am very frustrated by all these things which you're saying, because I'm very close to the ground. I know the real stuff on the ground, what happens. And then companies make these big claims, but over the years I've also realized that then you don't, if you have that feeling in you, then you can't be a good consultant. Good consultant will inquire, educate, engage, especially with those who don't understand the subject well or the context well. And certainly what you said exactly is the gap in, there's a lot of theoretical knowledge. People have done sustainability learning in Google online. They don't know what's happening on the ground. When I go to the ground, like 3 weeks back, I was with farmers, chili farmers. I was saying chili farmers in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and with celery farmers in some of the Indian parts of India. And you could see the real problems of it. That I met a farmer. The celery crop needs 20 times spraying of pesticide in a crop cycle. 20 times. They're spraying 45 times. I said, "Are you nuts? What are you doing?" They said, "No, this is medicine." And that person spraying does not use any mask, any protective equipment, nothing. They're just putting a cloth and then they're doing the spraying, which is more than double the amount which is prescribed for that crop. And then they're having health problems. This is the reality on the ground. So I have a lot of examples like that, but I just want to bring you at the same level of being a sustainability consultant. It's very easy to cross the line and go to the other side. But then you decide, like, one thing is you need to decide, am I going to be part of the government to solve this? Am I going to be part of the business to solve this? Or I'm going to be part, like our friend in the NGO space, non-profit side, to make a difference. And sometimes the lines are quite blurred. Like, I'm very clear, I want to make change through business action. So I work with business leaders, business managers, suppliers, factories, farms, to bring the change. Doesn't undermine what others are doing, but I'm very clear what I need to do. It's very good for having that clarity in a professional mind who's pursuing a career. And to answer that, do you remember diffusion theory? Did you read about that? Diffusion theory, it comes in marketing actually. Diffusion theory, it's a bell curve which tells about who will be the early starters, uh, laggers. And you remember that? That's called the diffusion theory. That diffusion theory applies in sustainability also. That there are very few companies which are leaders in this space. Others are doing it because either there's a legal liability, or the clients are asking, consumers are asking, they've been pushed into it. And there are some guys who will never do it. They are the laggards. They'll never do it. Majority actually in that bell curve are the laggards only. They will never do it. So they need some kind of a law or a structure or a push or a penalty for them to do it. So you have to start looking at, like, there are many kinds of companies, and there are very few companies which will be leaders in this space, as the diffusion curve tells us. In any space, whether it is technology, marketing, adaptation of new technology, very few people are leaders in that space. So that I've seen with my experience is the same bell curve here also. So having said that, there are companies which are trying to do their own bit. They are not perfect. They have their own challenges. There are gaps, and companies have not yet reached a level where they could show full effectiveness. So you have to look at companies in a journey. Like I told you, sustainability is a journey. It is not like a destination. You know what are the targets of companies? It's 2050 to 2075. Very long term targets are there. We start judging them today only, because the problems you've created can't be solved now overnight. That's the unfortunate part. And there are some companies which are doing terrific work, no doubt about it, using technology. So I would ask you to read about some of the leading companies in the world which are doing some great work in sustainability. You can go and search top sustainability companies in the world. And if you have a favorite, do you have a favorite company? Everybody has a favorite company, right? You want to work for it, or you just love their products. Anybody? Unilever, you want to shout out? Anybody else? World Bank? You just love this organization, or you love their products. Any company you love their product, like Apple. Any other company comes to your mind? Clothes you wear?
I feel like if you do favorites, you discriminate others, so I never stuck to any
You're,
particular.
yeah, typically just randomly you can say some company which you are
Which of them?
buying. Which one? Fender, you're buying stuff from there. Okay, what about you? Any stuff you buy? Nike, got it. What? Uniqlo, yeah, you buy Uniqlo, right? Japanese company. You know they source a lot from India, by the way. Hmm. Patanjali is a local, like a medicine. What do you call medicine company, or organic products? Okay, great. Yes. What about you? Come. It's never too late in sustainability. Yeah, the moment you arrive, your journey has started. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The moment you arrive, sustainability journey has started. That's the beauty of this subject. You can just walk into this subject. What about you? Any
I'm
brand?
just thinking, but I think for me it's more about the food companies, so
Which
like the
one?
smaller. So like we had a guest lectures from Yeo Valley,
Hmm.
which is like organic,
Yeah.
and they are actually trying to kind of implement more sustainable ways of farming.
Yes.
So they are kind of
Super.
someone that I will buy their products from.
Super. So what I can suggest you is another thing you need to do now. Sustainability consultants love. They have to be in a habit of doing things. Otherwise, they can't be a consultant. Otherwise, you're just a thinker. Consultants are doers. So maybe I can use this joined in. Don't worry about what's spoken here. Don't worry about it. Is there any company you like? You buy products, or you like, you like I buy Apple products. Okay. Super. That's lovely. But what do you buy? Like any products you buy, you love buying, or you love that company because like you love Tesla. For many people like Tesla or hate Tesla now. Both things are happening. Yeah. Or BYD. Which one do you like? Which EV do you like? Tesla. Okay. Just pause there. Tesla. Okay. So now what you have to do is when this session is over, go to these companies and read their sustainability report online. Then you'll get to know a lot of things these companies are doing, and how they are actually showing what they're doing. In sustainability, everything is about uh, showing what you're doing. And you'll find gaps also, no doubt about it. There might be some areas where they're very weak. One of the areas most companies are weak is where we come in is supply chains. Where the stuff comes from.